In 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Diggs going in motion right. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available. An incompletion as a result.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Mills to throw for it on 4th. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Mills now. Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He took a shot there, but boy, is that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away? But that would not being picked off.
A second down throw for Mills. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Mills to the air again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Fourth down, Mills. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Chase Claypool, 33 yards. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Saints 11. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17.
The Saints take over first and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Going deep downfield for Ross. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Saints at 6-2 to start play. And they come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form. They've won 6 of their last 8.
And last week, not only on the scoreboard, but I saw it on tape as well. Definitely not one of their finer performances because they were outclassed pretty much right from the start. So I think there'll be a renewed emphasis on trying to be a little better out of the gate in this one so they don't fall into a big hole.
Herbert off of play action. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robbie Anderson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints are able to move back in front. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Mills on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mills. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Noah Fant, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have yet again retaken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Saints 18. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Warner, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws it in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Damian Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action. It's Herbert. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And he finds Penny. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. To the air again, Herbert. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's Herbert. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Miles Boykin as time expires in the first half. And the Saints get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. So they say no to the field goal try late in the half, and it winds up really paying off as they score on the final play.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, but they had some foresight as well because they knew they were going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So they thought to themselves, if we score here, we can double up on back-to-back drives when we start the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? From just inside the 20, a short kick.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Now it's Herbert. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let him recruit more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 36. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there was one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mills on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now Mills on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Herbert's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this one's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robbie Anderson with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Play action now, Mills. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
He's got his tight end fan. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Trying to improvise. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mills. And he'll just get rid of it.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Mills to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They declined it.
And what was that they taught you in law school? That possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I figure I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw complete here to Waller. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by Anderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 43 yards. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. A fairly short kick from the 14. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They're probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages. And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Going deep for Diggs. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Herbert now. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Herbert. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
This is caught. Touchdown. John Ross. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. touchdown. Here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken at the 15.